so is that we're all learning patience.
Wonderful. Jack, let me interrupt you for a moment, which might feel ironic, so I can do my little cry on. Today is Saturday, the 22nd. How did it get to be the 22nd of November already? That's crazy. This is service number 297 that we know about. I'm Rabbi Brian. I'm glad to be here. I am joined by a host of people. Where's my host of people? There's my host of people. Hello, host of people.
Hello.
If you are new, just wave along. You're fine. We're not going to call on you. If you want it, you could. Everyone is welcome to participate here to the level of their comfort. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I'm just going to take in all of your faces for a moment. Hi, faces. Glad to see you. Oh, good. So glad to see all of you here. I want to start us with two pretty... Oh, well, first, before we do anything else, I do have an announcement to make, which is it is our friend Alex's birthday today.
Yay.
Hey.
Alex, would you say something so that your pin gets pinned on the spot?
Yes. Yes, it is my birthday. Well, actually, it was Thursday, but it's turned
He's
into
still partying.
It's turned into the birthday weekend.
And Alex, as is tradition here in Religion Outside the Box, we give the birthday celebrant, if they choose to tell us it's their birthday, the choice of with or without song. And you have chosen...
it's always with song for me.
So with song, I am going to start this out, and then please join in cacophonously. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Happy
Alex.
birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
That's fantastic.
That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
I might be biased, but I think that's getting better.
No. How does it feel to be
It was
25
bad.
again?
It was bad. It was
Delusional.
bad. But I
How does
love
it feel to be 25?
It doesn't, it doesn't feel that different from the last birthday. So, my father, who is considerably older than I am, obviously, he told me that I am now officially OLD, and I extended to him the middle finger of greeting in appreciation of his kind thought, and told him that, well, I didn't think I was officially OLD yet because nothing chronically hurts. So there it is.
Well, thank you, Alex. I'm so glad that you were born. I think that was a very good choice. I want to start us with we're going to do our rules in a moment, but I start with this, which is I just heard this phrase and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. I liked it because it was only 3 words long. Want causes worry. I see a few heads nodding a little bit. Want causes worry.
Sure.
We got some agreement?
Yeah.
The inverse of that would be that the lack of worry comes about by not having wants. That makes some sense still, too. Okay, let me give you my other 3 words, and we'll go over the rules. The other 3 words are enjoy. Enjoy your expectations.
Can I add another 3 words?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Be here now.
Well, that's fantastic. I'll do that one. That is Meg and my schoolmate Ram Dass said that one.
Notice the tie-dye.
Be here now.
Yes.
Thank you, Ron.
Quote about being
can't.
present.
So let's do that. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. Take a moment to feel where your feet are. Let's arrive here, where we are. Take a moment to hear the noises that are around you. Take a moment to look inside and see what's going on in your inside. Let's just be here now. Amen. I have a quote that's related that our friend Jack shared last week. I changed the words a little bit, Jack, because I didn't catch it exactly how you wrote it, and I kind of liked this. Jack wrote this: have no expectations except to awaken each day with more and more love to give away. Jack, the way I wrote it,
Yep.
It came into rhyme. I hope that's all right by you.
That's fine. It's fine.
So here's my first question out the gate this morning. Let's imagine that you woke up today. Let's imagine you woke up today with more love than you needed. Let's imagine you woke up today with more love than you needed. What are you going to do with it?
Give it away.
Spread it around.
What are we going to do? We're going to spread it around. Give me some other options.
Walk in its feeling.
Compassionate for oneself.
Let it spill over.
I'm going to write enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I think there's a difference between writing these all down and actually doing them.
No. Really?
Yeah. I think we're really good up in here. We're not as good over here. So how do we go, how do we spread love? And how do we walk in love? How do we let it spill over? How do we have self-compassion? How do we enjoy love? Go ahead, John. John?
Three simple words. Practice, practice, practice.
That's a good way to do it. Who feels like spilling their love right now? Thank you, John. I appreciate the quiet honesty of no. We're going to look at love in a moment. I want to do something that I started last week, and I would just put it off because I'd rather talk to you guys, but we're going to talk about love in a moment. Let's go over some ground rules. Cross-talk, let's keep it to a minimum. That's not talking about a cross. That is talking directly responding to somebody else's share. Interrupting cow, that is to remind us that Sometimes me as the host, I as the host, or the people who are running our groups afterwards. Oh, and if you're new here, we have after this time, in 50 minutes, we break into small groups that's not televised, and there are hosts to those rooms, and sometimes the hosts of those rooms have to interrupt the flow of conversation, and we will forgive them for doing so. It never feels good to be interrupted. And my hope is that me saying this ahead of time will take some of the sting out if you do get interrupted by a host. A few quick rules. We hope for more I statements than you statements. We hope for more shares from the heart than from the head. We've been doing a really good job at not giving you unsolicited solicited advice, not giving unsolicited advice. We don't mind if things get a little bit warm, a little bit heated. We can disagree with each other, but it's not going to go full blown. And then please make sure that you prioritize. If you know you've said a lot of things and we have some new folks here, let's make sure that we hear as many voices as we possibly can.
Hey.
Other announcements. 70% accuracy rule. If somebody says something and they are 70% accurate, see if you can't keep your big mouth shut and just let them talk. I do this with Jane. She talks about the first time we met, and she is blatantly wrong about one or two of the facts, and I have learned to just keep my frickin' mouth shut, and it just does not matter at all. It's easier that way. You might find yourself muted because you have extra noise on your line, so we mute you. This is being broadcast to YouTube, Facebook chats. Oh my goodness, I got a great message from somebody. It said, Rabbi Brian, I'm reaching out. I'm usually teaching online during the live service, but I'm hoping to be able to join at some point. Usually I listen to the YouTube service on my headphones while working around the house between tutoring sessions. I learned so much from you and the group, and it's truly a blessing for me to evolve as a person who strives to assume that others have the best intention. I love your book. You're impacting lives. Thank you. The reason I brought that one up was because what you're saying is being heard by other people, and they appreciate it. So thank you for sharing of yourselves. Asker, Tasker, Dashter, Do. We all remember what that one means.
No,
Task or dash or what the heck?
Not really.
no.
And
I'm
if the
golden
answer
for
is
that.
no, you have just done exactly what I hoped, which is that you ask when you have a question. If something doesn't make sense, please ask. If you are going to leave before the 9 o'clock, before we finish this hour, post something in the chat 10 minutes before so that people have a chance to say goodbye to you and you get a chance to have a little bit of closure. Tuesday I practice this because we all know I don't do time zones very well. Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, if you use this same link, you can join office hours and a smaller group of people that's not broadcast. And also, if you are not receiving the Religion Outside the Box newsletter, please make sure to send me an email and I will help fix that. What we're going to be looking for today are tales of striving to love. Did you strive to love and have a hard time doing it, or did you strive to love and it went really well? Would you like to tell about it? Please do. Do you have a new idea on an old thought? Did something pop into your head recently about something that we've talked about in the past? And I do have two old thoughts that were two of our tools that we haven't talked about for a while. I'm going to bring those up. Do you have a moment? Are you proud of something? Is there something you want to share with the community that you're proud of? Please feel free to do so. So I'm going to be quiet at this time and see if there's somebody who's got something brave they'd like to share, a new idea, or some little story on love.
I do. I'm Larice.
Thanks, Larice.
I'm brand new. I just
So
started.
so proud of you for sharing right off the bat. Go for it, Larice.
I know that's my personality. So I heard about you and I've been wanting to come. And Wendy referred me to you. Wendy
Okay.
Harrigan?
I only know.
Harrigan.
Yes.
Harrigan, yeah. I'm in her meditation group.
Oh,
Her,
wonderful.
yeah, I've been in for years. So love to me is, of course, loving yourself for myself first and more and most forward. And it takes a lot of work to do that and a lot of perseverance to do that. But what I really want to share is that I'm legally blind and I have a guide dog. And when I went to school to get him, well, I didn't know it was going to be him at the time. And how much time do I have?
We don't know, Larice.
Oh, okay.
As much as you need.
Thank you. I went to guide school and in New York to get him and get a dog. And it was very emotional and very stressful because the first dog that they gave me didn't work out. And I thought I'd have to go home. But they had two other dogs available, which I was very lucky. And I tried both of them. One was a small black lab, which I still have a little vision, and it in my and my I couldn't be able to see the dog. And the other one was
Right.
yeah, because
Who
I
would
still
thought
have a
of that?
little vision. Yeah, if I didn't have any vision at all, it wouldn't matter what color the dog was.
But a sheer black dog. I have a little black dog, and we have a very hard time taking pictures of him because he blends into himself.
Right, right. So then there was this. So I took her out first, and it didn't. Yeah, and then I took the other one out, and he was 74 pounds and blonde and a boy and huge with long legs. He's really big. And I'm going, and for some odd reason, I resonated with this big dog.
Hmm.
So I took him and went through the school and everything, and then I had to do more training at home. And um, he got through the training, and I got through the training, but I needed more training at home. So when I got home, he had two things that he shouldn't have done, which he didn't do in training. He was sniffing around while guiding me, which he can't do, and my also he would be distracted by other dogs.
That's not
Why?
allowed.
Why? No, why he was pulling me. So I was scared to go out
Yeah.
because I didn't know when he was going to go to another dog. So I worked on this, and then my trainer came and, oh, what's that noise, hon? What's that noise? Was that
don't-
paper? Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Go ahead,
oh,
Larry.
okay. Oh, speaking of dogs, listen, somebody's barking. So anyway, so I got home, and she came, and I couldn't hold the dog, so we tried to find collars, different collars for it. And I did find one that I can hold him, otherwise I'd lose him. So that's love right there. And then it took
Wait.
till
Explain to me how that's love there. I missed a piece of it.
I stuck with him for a year and a half,
Aha. Okay.
for
Okay.
2 years, 2 years, and worked hard to get him not to do those things.
I
And
got
worked and worked and worked, and I got so stressed out, and I think I was going to have to give him back because I couldn't handle it, but I persevered, and I went through it, and he's the best guide dog. He is so smart, so smart. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of him.
you. Good job.
He stuck with me, and I stuck with him, and it's turned out to be, he's large, but I have a certain collar because I can't hold him. I'm not as young as I used to be. My first guide dog was a smaller dog, and
Lorraine, I think what I'm getting from you is a moral of the story is that love ain't easy.
no, well, love ain't easy, but I loved so deeply in my heart that I knew it was going to work out.
Right? Okay,
I
I think
just knew.
let me hold on to
Yeah.
both pieces there. It's not
Yeah.
easy and we need to be persistent.
And patient.
Patient is optional.
Oh.
You will have a much smoother ride if you have patience. I mean, that's. But
absolutely.
you don't need to have patience. It's just really nice. Lorraine, thank you, Larice.
Larice.
Thank you for sharing with us.
And
today.
I love him so deeply. Oh,
What
my
is
God.
your puppy's name?
His name is Oliver, and he'll start
Oliver.
licking me on the screen at some point. You'll see him.
Okay.
He starts
we'll
licking
look
my
forward
face.
to it. As long as all the cats stay off of the screen at the time, we'll be
And
just
thank you
fine.
for listening, everybody.
Thank you, Larice. Okay, love. Other tales of love. We just relearned today that love is not easy, and it takes a lot of practice. Jenny Sue, you are live. Talk to us.
Hello, friends. I
There
am.
you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I am also new to this community. I've been lurking in the background for a few weeks, but one of the things that or expressions of love and that I'm proud of this last week is I have some people in my life who are really, really important to me, like soul friends. And we have some areas of pretty significant disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
For them, that puts me kind of in the box of being heretical and doomed. But this last week, I was able to hold space for my friend to express her fear and her angst about my developing understanding of who I am and who I understand God to be. So I was able to hold space for that without defending or arguing or trying to prove any
Beautiful.
point. Just listen, love and compassion, and also loving myself. I didn't yield my position. I didn't feel an urgency to kind of bow down to, you're right, I'll keep my mouth shut. Maybe I'm wrong. I loving myself. I was able to accept, I love you and I'm okay with where you are and I'm okay with where I am.
Beautiful.
So how do we move forward? And so it was loving her, it was loving myself, and I'm really proud of a history of people pleasing and trauma survival behaviors. I didn't have to yield either. So
I don't know if you see all of the applause that's happening on the screen right there.
I do see some thumbs up
that?
and some clapping. Yes, thank you all.
I saw a whole bunch of hearts being thrown your way. Jenny Sue, well done. Well done. About having some boundaries with other people and having enough love for ourselves that we don't fold.
Yep.
What a beautiful thing. And back to what Larice was saying, that's not easy. It doesn't come naturally. That's going to take some practice. Larice was willing to give 2 years to make it work with that dog. Amazing.
Yeah, I was definitely in stage 4 of learning that I could do it with giving myself lots of hints. Like, take a beat, breathe, you're okay, and then move forward with love. So I wasn't fluent. I wasn't at level 5, but definitely a solid 4.
We're not judging. We're so thrilled that you got to level 4 and you got to do it and you practice it, and that's how we get to level 5.
So thank you for allowing me to be at the table this morning.
Yeah.
That's my share.
Thank you so much. I'll share a little. Here's a little nerd fact for you. The word commensurate comes from the 2 words "com" meaning with, mensa means table. Things that are commensurate are seated at the same table. So that's the phrase that Jenny Sue just said is thank you for giving me space at the table. That's being commensurate. Yay, nerd. I know where I wanted to go talking about love, but I want to leave a little bit of space if there's other thoughts. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I just this past week I've been thinking a lot about my ancestors. My parents both passed away within the last 2 years, And I came to a way that I can love my ancestors a little bit better.
Isn't that
I won't get
beautiful?
into all the details, but like there's a lot that my ancestors did in the past, like not just my parents, but previous generations, that I'm not particularly proud of. Um, they were involved in exploiting people, land, all sorts of different things, particularly in the USA. And this wonderful meditation teacher that I'm studying with gave me a new image to think about my ancestors with. Like I'd always kind of thought of them as like had a little cringe feeling whenever I thought about my ancestors. Like, oh, they did all this stuff I'm not proud of, but I want to do better than them. I want to undo hopefully some of the damage that they've done. That's aspirational.
That's beautiful.
But so this person gave me an image. He said, Al, don't think just about what your ancestors did in their lives. Think about who they might have become when they passed. Like,
Yeah.
you know, imagine, he imagines his own ancestors, he told me, as people who've kind of ascended. They've gone to a different spiritual place as they passed. And they've been able to watch what's going on in this world since they passed. And he said, maybe your ancestors are cheering you on, saying, yeah, Al, go, do that. Make life better. Make a more compassionate world. Undo some of the things that we didn't intend to do in our lifetimes.
That's beautiful.
Just keeping in mind that they were probably doing the best that they could with the information and skills that they had at the time. And so I can have a little compassion for them and maybe take in some love from them.
Amen.
These, including generations that I've never met or had any relationship with. But
Thank
just
you,
imagining these ancestors cheering me on, it's been a powerful kind of message of love for me.
I'd like us to let's try that for a moment. I've not done this before, but can you imagine any of your great grandparents, somebody who you would never have the chance to meet? Can you imagine one of your great grandparents being so proud of you, of the you who you are, the you you've become? Can you feel that in yourself? What a lovely image. What a great idea. Go ahead, Ron.
This is for Al. It's a stanza from the poem Eternal Friendship by Edgar Guest. No friend we love can ever die. The outward form but disappears. I know that all my friends are nigh whenever I am moved to tears. And when my strength and hope are gone, the friends no more that once I knew return to cheer and urge me on, just as they always used to do.
Ron, thank you for that. Would you put that in the chat so that we can all look at that later?
Sure.
And I'll post it. Emily and then Diana.
I think that also includes our animals.
That are animals. Yes. Peoples and animals. Go ahead, Diana. Thank you, Emily.
So this is my recent experience with striving to love.
Striving to love.
And striving to love. So in classic Diana fashion, I stuck my sail in somebody's wind that was not wise and got into an argument through the car window with a construction worker. I am not proud of this. Okay, clearly. And let me just say, I was striving to stay calm. We escalated. He took it to a racial conflict that was very upsetting to me, even using the N-word about himself, etc. Anyway, it went really badly, and I drove away crying to my meeting. But quickly started thinking about what might have been going on with him. And the next day, I decided I'm going to go find him and apologize. And I drove 45 round trip to try to find him on the road crew.
Did you?
And I didn't. I did not.
Okay.
And I even asked the supervisor who might have been working in that spot the day before. But the act of seeking him out was tremendously healing to me. And I really wish I'd found him.
Yeah.
That sounds like a story of repentance and a little redemption.
Yeah.
And Diana, I don't know that you need me to say this, but we all fuck up. We all do something that we wish we hadn't done. It's the forgiving ourselves part that's sometimes hard.
It was. I was able to backtrack and realize what was going on with me at the time. As I had told you about this, Brian, that I was on the street where my husband's funeral home was and where I had recently picked up his ashes. So I was, in a
Tender.
hot zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, tender, very tender.
Thank you for sharing, Diana. Thank you for sharing an unsuccess, and for normalizing that. I think often we think we should only tell people about the times we did it right, but how powerful it is to know that we all do it wrong, and that it's okay.
There was learning in the failure, in my failure, but also failing to find him. It still had value.
We don't have to do it right all the time, which kind of reminds me of this. It's okay not to be okay. Hold on, I'll be right there, George. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to not do the right thing occasionally. That's okay. I think the word grace comes in. It's okay not to do things perfectly. Go ahead, Greg. Thank you, George, for alerting me. And then Melissa. Greg, you are on mute. And you are forgiven for that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I may have shared this a while back, but it was a big turning point in my life when I was reading a newspaper and I came across an ad for a workshop which was called Loving Yourself and Others. And that just hit me between the eyes, and I said, I got to check this out. I wonder what this is all about. And it was probably the biggest first turnaround in my recovery, that I realized how much I hated everything about myself. And if I did that, that's where I was hating others. And in order to love somebody, you have to love yourself first. And so from that point on, I really started working. It didn't come easy. It was a very slow process. But I started working on loving myself and just kept at that to the point now that I can love everybody, including those that have harmed me. And so I just thank God for that blessing.
That's wonderful. And that goes to what Larisse was saying. It takes practice. It takes time to do. We don't just do it instantly.
Yeah.
Thank you, George, for sharing. We have to love ourselves if we're going to love others. Go ahead, Melissa. Melissa, you're up. There you are.
Good morning, everyone. Share that I'm proud of myself because this week I actually asked someone for help. And then also, what do you do with excess love or overflowing love? You just say, I love you. And so I just want to take a second and say, I love you to I love you, this group, and I love you, Rabbi, and I love everyone. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Melissa. I want us to look a little bit at an old tool if you've been here a while, it would have to be a long while because I found out that some people hadn't seen this. It's this one again. And I'll show you, this is the work of a man named Eli Goldratt, and it's a brilliant way of keeping track of things. He says that for everything that there are benefits and there are detriments. There are positives and negatives for everything. And we're going to look at loving people, loving extravagantly, letting our love out into the world. That's what we're going to be judging in this little tool. And there are two options. Delta is a Greek letter that's used to mean change. So either we change or we don't change. So we have 4 possibilities. Either we don't change and we continue on how we were. We don't change, that's this line, and we continue on how we were. Or we change and we're going to have negatives and positives. I think I'm doing this a little bit differently than the way I've done it in the past. The boxes are not in the same place, but I think that's all right with us. If you change and things go well, this won't... What would happen? What is the best possible scenario if we were to love extravagantly and we were going to tell people, I have a guy I'm working with in spiritual direction, and I ended a session with him and I blew him some kisses. And he said to me the next time we met, he said, that made me really uncomfortable. It's not homophobia, it's just taking in love, and the fact that you would love me makes me feel uncomfortable. So that would go here with a negative for changing and having extravagant amount of love is it might be uncomfy. On the other hand, if we were to love extravagantly more than we do right now, we might get some benefits. What are some benefits that you can imagine we'd have if you. So if we can answer with I. If I loved more extravagantly, I might get this thing that I've always loved, I've wanted. I can imagine if I loved more extravagantly than I do today, I'd gain this. What's the this?
Compassion?
More love.
Okay, maybe love is its own answer. We got compassion.
Or love back.
Ah!
Love.
That the love would get returned to me. The more loving I am, I wrote this down once. I said, once I started to say I love you out loud, I heard the words I love you more. And the simple math of it was, I heard I love you more because I was saying it more. But I also started to hear it back from people more because I was saying it more. If we are to love more extravagantly, we would be more loved. Now that seems like a great reason to do it.
But we might be exploited.
Ah! We might be exploited. Thank you, Emily. Say that it was one word there and I missed it. Was it fear?
No, who cares if you're
okay.
exploited?
Trust?
I'm going to add in fear. That if I love more than I do right now, I might have some fear that I would be exploited. I might have some fear that it's going to be really uncomfortable. If I were to love extravagantly by noon, that's coming up for a lot of people.
I'd certainly feel much better about myself.
If you changed and loved more, you would have more love for yourself. Agreed.
I find myself
do it.
I find myself changing positive, and then as soon as I feel it, going right back to fear and comfortable. Like my self-protection suddenly jumps up, and I'm constantly going back and forth, and I lose track that I'm sliding back, and that's the training and process you're in
Right.
3 or 4 and you slide back. You're like, wait, how did I get back to this change negative? And then I try to push back into the positive. But I'm always flowing back and forth.
Yeah.
Hopefully more in the positive than the negative over time.
It slips away. We forget. I was telling people before we broadcast, I forgot how to wash some dishes, but they know what I'm talking about. We flip back and forth between knowing what we wanted. I'm just regurgitating what you already said. I'm going to stop doing that right now. How about on this one? I heard a voice. What was that?
All right, that was me, Brian. I think we would build more trust in the change in plus.
If we loved extravagantly, we would have more trust, more compassion, and more love for ourselves.
I think so.
I love that. If we don't change, now this is the one, if you're new here, this is my favorite box. If we don't change, a benefit of not changing is, that is, if I have all this extra love to spend and I don't spend it extravagantly, I got to tell you right now, I'm kind of excited because I hear my children upstairs. Emmett surprised us. He came home last night. I didn't think he was arriving until Tuesday at midnight. He arrived last night, so he's upstairs, and I cannot wait to express more love to my son. Sorry, I got totally off track there. If I don't change and if I don't express my love more wastefully, a benefit is it's comfy. If I don't change, what's a benefit of not changing? A benefit of not changing is it's comfy.
Or at least familiar.
Yeah, it's familiar.
Oh, yeah.
I know what to expect.
Feelings of safety.
I might feel safe, yeah. Because I know what to expect. If I start loving outright and start loving people all over the place, I also have this, it's not just fear, it's a fear of looking like a cuckoo bird. I might be a loony. If I go and I start telling people, spoiler alert, I do. If I start telling people that they should be more loving, people are going to look at me funny. What's wrong with that, Rabbi? I got a list. Give me some other things. If I don't change, there's a negative. If I don't change, there's a negative. What's the negative of not wastefully loving? Not loving wastefully.
We shrivel up.
I like that. We slide backwards. If we don't love wastefully, I think that fits in with what Crystal was saying.
Our heart hardens.
Loneliness?
Yeah. Oh,
We don't grow.
And you may have to realize that you have made mistakes. And accepting mistakes is difficult.
If I don't change, I'm going to have to deal with myself and see the mistakes I've made. Everyone here has had a thought, I could have been more loving.
Mm-hmm.
What's the advantage of not being more loving? What's the advantage of not being more loving? So I'm looking for a positive of not changing. What's the advantage of not being more loving?
A sense of control of your environment and the people around you.
Yeah.
Being safe from rejection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your heart is guarded. It's less vulnerable.
The benefit of not changing is less vulnerable. Another fear Another negative of being more loving might be why don't we do it? I got one. It's hard. I don't want to change. I think that fits in with what you were saying. Who is that? Lisa. That I don't want to change. That it's comfy. It's familiar. Safe. With regard to loving people, with regard to loving wastefully, we have not done this in a very long time. Small, medium, large. This is just a mnemonic for remembering it. Small, medium, large. We all pee-pee. Bob, I want to give you a thanks for I didn't have a what is it called? Acronym. I didn't have an acronym for WPP, and Bob says, well, we all pee-pee. So thank you, Bob, for sharing that. Small, medium, large, we pee-pee. Oh, wait, quick quiz to see if you remember it. What are those 6 letters?
Small, medium, and large pee-pee.
We pee-pee. Good job, Beth. You get an extra sticker. These stand for the following. Should. I should be more loving. I might be more loving. I'd like to be more loving. Let's stop there. This is the ladder of, I can't remember the next word to it, but this is a ladder. We go up and up and up until we get to the very end, which is, I promise that I'll love wastefully. I'll plan to love wastefully. I want to love wastefully. And we all are somewhere on the list. And I got this from a wonderful gentleman by the name of David Ellis. And he said, whichever level you're at is fine. Don't expect yourself to advance 2 levels at a time. You can go 1 step at a time. I should be more loving. I might be more loving. I'd like to be more loving. That one kind of rings true to me. I want to be more loving. I plan to be more loving. I promise to be more loving. We're going to do a quick vote. How many of you have to pick one? Should, might, like, want, plan, promise. If you're honest with yourself. And I'm pretty sure that we all know where we are. We don't need somebody outside of us to tell us. Which one are you at? How many of you, I should be more loving? We're just at the start. I should be more loving. Hold on, let me get back to that page. I got about four people. How many of you are at might? I might be more loving. Yeah, I'm considering it. I could try it. I could try it for an hour. Might be more loving. I'd like to be more loving. Hey, you know what? I'd like to be more loving. I want to be more loving. I plan to be more loving. This is a very inexact science. I promise I'll be more loving. I'm going to give you homework. Is there somebody who didn't vote who would like to be put up on the screen? Just tell me which word we're at. Go ahead, Rebecca.
I'm just confused.
Go ahead.
I want to say, since loving makes you so happy, of course, being totally given over to love
loving every person that crosses your path, or maybe
Yeah.
or just one person. Just quickly, I came to a facility. They put me in, children put me in a facility, and at 82. And on the third day I was here, I came across a man that had the same heart frequency. You know, I could just tell, oh, you know about love and light, that kind of thing. And so I just want to say, you just never know
Amen.
the joy that comes when you open your heart in that way. So why wouldn't we live that way all the time?
Right. I think we've agreed that we want to change to be more loving. I think we can agree that this grid proves that, yeah, the best one to be is to be loving more wastefully. Yes. What I want us to get at right now is, where are you on that ladder? Are you, I promise I'm going to be more loving, or are you just, I want? And there's no harsh judgment. Well, yeah. I should say, at least coming from me.
Yeah. Well, I would say promise, if that's as high as it goes.
That's as high as it goes. I promise to be more loving.
Yeah. Yes.
How many of you, okay, this is a little meta, but I love thinking about thinking. How many of you are not satisfied with where you are on this chart? Oh, God damn. Glad I asked that question. That's like most of you. What do you make out of that? That's insane. Most people are not satisfied with where they are on this chart. What do we make out of that?
That's human.
Yeah.
Most of the people who attend this service are human. That's good.
We all have room to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all
like
know that
one.
we have room to grow.
Right. I like that.
I think it would have been different if I asked how many of you are beating yourselves up about not being further on the ladder. But the question was, how many of you are not satisfied with where you are on the ladder? I'm going to bring in Thich Nhat Hanh, not in live, but just a quote. Thich Nhat Hanh said this: when Gandhi says that love is the force that can liberate us, he meant we have to love our enemy. Oh, this is deep, folks. Even if our enemy is cruel, even if he is crushing us, sowing terror and injustice, we have to love him. This is the message of Jesus. But how can we love our enemy? There's only one way: to understand that person. We have to understand why they are that way, how they have come to be like that, why they do not see things the way we do. Understanding a person brings us the power to love and accept them. At the moment we love and accept them, they cease to be our enemy. To love our enemy is impossible, because the moment we love them, they are no longer our enemy. I'm going to just say, I thought that was much more related to what we're talking about here, and it's not, so I think I took us on a little bit of a detour diversion. I'm all right with not being perfect, and I thank you all for your forgiveness. Ron, you have your hand up nonetheless, and Carol.
Thursday night, I was doing peacekeeping at the Transgender Day of Remembrance, commemorating those who had passed because of violence, because of who they are. I was thinking about a dear friend of all over 45 years who is transphobic, and how this is someone I love, a friend that I love, but how I have trouble loving them, knowing that, I just can't understand why they are so transphobic. And it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. Carol, thank you, Ron. Thank you for doing that good work, too.
I can really understand loving people you know until they are in political power.
Correct.
And then I don't want to love them because they are hurting. So many people have threatened the death of Democratic Congress people, calling them traitors. And since they have their own militia, they can, when they give their list, those people have now been asking for security because they think they're going to be killed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is a problem. I agree. Again, I apologize for bringing that Thich Nhat Hanh quote, which I think is bringing us a little bit into a different discussion on loving those who don't love us. I'm going to say, with regard to loving more and moving ourselves one step up on this ladder, I'm going to say, let's just save that for the people who are easier to love. Let's practice with them first.
I have something to say.
Okay.
Really quick.
Go, Crystal.
Yeah, it'll be really quick. I should love more, and sometimes I'm further up in the scale, but somebody will send me back to should, and I have to start the process over again. So I'm not always stuck there, and it might be a family member does something that I've gone to like with them, trying to love them more, and then they send me back, and then it affects everyone. I'm in that state, protecting myself against everyone, and then I do the work to come back on the scale.
Yeah. I love that idea. We fall backwards a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anne?
Just an observation. I was trying to decide where am I on the list, and I realized that what I often struggle with is how can I love someone better or best?
Correct.
And it's often between should I step up or should I step back? And it's an honest, I'm not sure what is the most loving thing to do. Stepping up with them or stepping back and giving more space. That is my biggest conundrum.
Yeah, I don't think there's a one size fits all for this.
Right. Yeah. Brian, just a
I know,
quick reminder.
Maria.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ask everybody. There are a lot of people needing a lot of prayers these days, and we have a list of people who we usually say some prayers for. So I'm going to ask.
After our conversation, I conjured up an image.
Maria, would you read us the names of people for who as much fun as our discussion is, there are people who are in greater need than all of us are, and we can give some of our love in some cosmic way to those who need it. So Maria, would you help us with that?
These are the people to whom we are sending light and love. Alex and Rebecca, Peter Van Norden and Marvin Huffman, Joe Ludwig, Ray R., Randy P., and Rachel P., Monica, Sheridan H., Aru Lane Hill, Ebony, Beth Carney, Gwen and Reed, Corey, Rita S., Karen Victor and Jason.
He is prickly.
Irma P.
Like
and
a
family.
porcupine.
Alex C., Sally and Bob B., Colin and the kids, Bella Nova, and Nicole. If there is another person in our community to whom we can offer light and love, please put their name in the chat, and I will add them to the list on Facebook. And for the people who aren't named, but who are in our thoughts, we send them light and love as well.
We're going to break with tradition, and we're going to just ask all of you who are here to take all those people in your hearts for this week. We're hitting on a time crunch, so I'm going to stop the recording here. Wave goodbye to everybody. Whoops. There's our wave. Goodbye, everybody.